proper have a soft spot for these cars, guys. So guys, we're joined with the owner Scott of this amazing Celica. I'll tell you what, I've got a soft spot for these cars, mate, and it's a nice little car. Yeah. So, I mean, first thing will be what's been done, modification wise, and...
Right, so the wheels, these are raised wheels.
Now, obviously I'm going to say, like, obviously the viewers see the centre saying Calibri, but as we were speaking off camera, they are official Ray wheels.
Yeah, they are official Ray wheels. Calibri are the designers of the wheels. They make their own wheels as well.
Yeah.
But these are manufactured and basically made by Rays.
Yeah.
They cost a fucking fortune, can I swear?
Yeah,
they cost a fortune.
Yeah. But no, I mean, even like going to, well, you've got like the projector style headlights, they look nice.
Yeah, these are Spec D headlights. I bought them off eBay.
Oh, that's alright.
So, nice eBay job.
I mean, nothing wrong with eBay. Sometimes I get stuff for the Subaru.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's just how these cars are and everything like that. They're very aggressive. Well, I say aggressive, they've got that nice sporty coupe look. Yeah. Especially like, again, you were saying to me off camera, this car is obviously a 99 import.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to elaborate and tell the people like, on the channel.
Yeah, I can do. Start off with what you said as well about the design. This was inspired, the shape, by the one-off concept version of the Lamborghini Sesto, I believe.
Yes.
I might be wrong with the name, from the 90s. So, designed in California by a Japanese guy and an Italian guy. You can see some of the Italian styling in the car as well.
I mean, yeah, it has got that 90s flair, if that makes sense. Certain cars from the 90s, when it was Jap coupes or whether it be Italian coupes, had that certain flair from the 90s that you'd only get.
Yeah. And then, what you're saying is 99 import. So, just a little Chavy 1 Series.
That's my old car. That's my old BMW. So yeah, as you said.
Right, so between 99 and 2003, the sales demand were quite high for these in Europe.
Yeah.
So in the first couple of years when these were in production and being sold, they needed more cars to keep up with the demand. So this car is an example among quite a few others that are in the country as well.
Yeah.
Where they were imported from Japan.
Yeah.
Because they were originally made to be sold in Japan for their domestic market.
And obviously with high demand, like you were saying, they've obviously made their way over here because again there's European specs as well, am I right in saying?
Yeah, so this is a European spec, so basically it was made in Japan for the Japanese market and then sent back to the factory to have all the European spec put on it and then sent to the dealership.
Yeah.
So you could say technically it's an import.
Yeah.
Some people might argue,
but it is what it is.
Yeah, I've got all the paperwork at home.
Fair enough.
The history of it, and the early ones that came from Japan have this little plaque in the window here. It says
let me just get that
made in Japan.
Yep, I can just about see that. Yep. Yep. So we know. Well, there's proof there, guys, that this one was made in Japan and it is an import. Technically. We're just saying briefly technically, guys, but the colour's nice as well. I do like the blue. It's a certain, I mean, I even like them, I like them in the blue. I mean, I've seen them in red. I mean, it's just something about this shape. It's a nice looking shape. It's very appealing to the eyes. Again, you can tell it's 90s, early 2000s, but they are nice cars.
I think it's aged well as well.
Yeah.
I'm not being biased because I own it.
Yeah.
I think it has generally aged quite well.
They're one of them times. I mean, you got to think when these came out, they were coming off this. Well, again, coming off of the success of the previous generation, which was, as everyone knows, the '90s rally heritage to this. But I'll be honest with you, guys. I mean, yeah, I can see it. I think these have aged pretty well, and they're kind of. Are they holding their value as such, or because you know what the? I was going to say, like, you know, like what it's like with anything Japanese now. Second hand, maybe they're going up in value. So
I bought this 6 years ago, and I paid £400 for it.
It's not bad.
6 years ago, and now it's probably worth £3 grand.
Well, again, these cars, if you think about it, you can get into them so relative, well, not cheap, but a relative price. And that's the thing, and I think that's what's kind of made these cars what they are, as in the thing of they've got the nice sporty looks, they're affordable, people can get into them and everything like that. But I mean, if I just have a look in here, I mean, it has got the classic like sporty coupe interior look, if that makes sense. Like, you've got the nice sporty seats. Do you mind if I open it?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Excuse the mess inside.
That's alright. They ain't too picky, but yeah, no, I mean, everything looks just right. Everything is nice. It's how, well, again, how 90s coupe.
Yeah.
I keep on saying 90s, guys, but this is the thing. Early 2000s to early 90s Jap coupe. It's like with the nice sporty flair. I mean, again, it's got the spoiler, which is obviously known.
Yeah, that's factory.
The factory spoilers. I mean, it's a nice looking car from what it is, and again, it's one of them. It is one of them cars.
Yeah.
That, again, I think personally, I think these will go up in value because these will. Well, I'd like to say they will become modern day collectors or classic. You know,
some people it's leaning towards the desirable side of cars. A lot of people didn't bat an eye at these a few years ago, but now people are kind of going, yeah, I kind of like that, I want one. So it's driving the price up slightly.
It's again, I must admit, Toyota, when they did, well, any other 90s Jack car, but Toyota had something special with the Celica cars and their other models. It's like, again, everyone wants them because they're an affordable price. Reliability on these are really strong.
Very strong.
Very strong.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just one of them cars. But yeah, question is now, let's see how it handles on the road. We'll take it for a drive. So guys, you drive me from the passenger seat of this lovely Celica, and I'll tell you what, from first impressions of sitting in it, it's lovely, mate. Just like I was saying, like the seats are nice leather seats. It feels like you are in a coupe, if that makes sense. Everything's just, there's loads of room, and like everything feels driver focused, if I want to say.
Yeah, it's pretty driver focused.
Like everything's more shifted to you, which is a good thing because these cars do feel like a driver's car. So I see right. But what we're going to do now is obviously we're going to give it a little go down the Cuban strip, and yeah, whenever you're ready, mate. Punch. It's not bad. It's not bad. But I mean, like, it's got some good punch when it, like, you know, when it gets there. I felt that like start to pick up.
Yeah.
But again, you were saying that this is, well, to your knowledge, you say that the previous owner put cams on these.
Yeah. So I'm not 100%, but apparently the previous owner put in some upgraded cams, not to get confused with lift or high lift. You know, with 190s that we've had before. They're not. This engine doesn't have lift, and that's one thing I want to clarify.
Yeah.
But they're high lift cams apparently.
Oh, that's okay.
And it's done something with the ECU, or it's a different ECU. I'm not entirely sure. And to be honest, I've had people look at it, and they're like, "Yeah, you probably have had all that done." But even if I have, I don't care. If I haven't, I don't care.
So, yeah, no, I mean, it's got that pokiness to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just nice, if that makes sense, just to have that nice little bit of poke. You ain't got to have, like, you know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to put across, guys, or what I was last year. You ain't got to always have big power and everything. It's just how you drive it and how you use it. Again, the way that went down on that straight, on the Cuban stretch, it picked up at a certain way into the journey.
Yeah, a certain RPM. So that's to do with the camshafts. All the Celicas do it, whether it's VVTi or VVT-Li.
Yeah.
So the VVT-Li is what the 190s have. So they have lift.
Yeah.
You could compare it to like VTEC.
I was just about to say that. Is this pretty much? I'm not saying is this VTEC, but is it the Toyota equivalent?
I would probably say that the lift in the 190 models is sort of the equivalent to VTEC.
Yeah.
But obviously this one doesn't have it.
No.
But it does. If it does have the cams, it's got the higher lobe cam, so it just gives more air and fuel mixture in.
Yeah. I mean, again, it just. I don't know. I think these are one of these cars again. I keep on saying these cars, but I think this is one of again Toyota's. I want to say Toyota's crowning achievement, or one of their achievements, if that makes sense.
It's a good achievement, especially with the engines and the technology they put in the engine and how reliable they are.
Now, am I right in saying that the 1.9 is a Yamaha engine?
1.9?
Yeah, because I got told that this model, I don't know if it's the one, see now it's picking up like nothing.
Yeah.
That's the thing, it's... I can hear that VVTi, but... It's like a whole different other car though. I know I've been quiet for a couple of seconds, guys, but it's true what they say about like these VVTi units and like this and the VTEC, like we were just saying. It does give these cars another character, if that makes sense. Like you get your nice little bit, but then when you get higher up, it starts to, you know, it makes sense. Like it's, hang on a minute, I've got it for cruising, but if I want a bit of fun, I'll just push it and then it's going to give it.
Yeah. So like, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but if you want to take it on a nice back road on a nice day,
I was going to say
so much fun.
I was going to say these cars will probably love a back road or a B road or something like that. Feels like, well, again, fair plays to Toyota and like again the technology they've put in these cars, the looks and everything. I can see the appeal, if that makes sense, like, of people owning these and like taking, like cherishing them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because again, I think these will be modern classics. Well, I say, well, yeah, like a future modern classic, because people will think, I've got a nice Japanese two-door coupe, nice and sporty. It's not the quickest, but it does the job, and it does it really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of wish I did get one.
Because it's like what you were just saying, power isn't everything.
No. And that's what I kind of like about the certain Jap market. Yeah, you can get your powerful Jap models, which is fine, fair enough, but every now and then there's, I want to say like, well, I know these aren't a hidden gem, but if that makes sense, the Japanese manufacturers make a little, like, you know, a little hidden gem where it's like, yeah, it's not the quickest, but it handles and you can have a bit of fun. I'd say these cars are, I want to say a driver's car, if that makes sense, like, because you can, I wouldn't say you got really work them, but you got work them a little bit, but it's a fun reward at the end, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it is.
Because these cars just, I don't know, there's something about these cars, they feel right, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, and I imagine the other models, like say the T-Sport and everything like that, I imagine they're pretty fun to like.
Oh, they are fun.
Chuck about.
I have driven one probably a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I found it great fun.
To the 249 that way.
Huh?
Go down to the 249 that way.
Oh, okay.
Give it a little bit there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's something different. And again, I want to say, is there any more plans for this car?
Yeah, there's quite a few. So I want to completely replace all of like the suspension components, like brand new ones.
Yeah.
Maybe try and get some aftermarket components.
Yeah. Now, how I was going to start. Sorry to interrupt, but how is it? Well, not is it, but like how heavy is there an aftermarket for this car? If that makes sense. everything like that.
Yeah.
Is there a massive market for it?
There is quite a big market for it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Surprisingly, there is. Not as much as, say, for a Honda Civic or for a Supra or a Skyline.
Yeah, but there's still a market for it.
Yeah, there's still so many options for spoilers, body kits.
Yeah.
Even like aero kits, like for race applications. You know.
They still make them for these.
Yeah. So almost endless.
Yeah, but that's one good thing though. I like to see that though with certain cars. There is an actual aftermarket and a following behind them, if that makes sense. Because I think in this day and age, we can. Well, I don't know about you, but I can agree. Without, say, an aftermarket following, certain cars kind of, I don't want to say lose their way, but if that makes sense, like with aftermarket, it could bring, say for example, an old model, it could bring a new lease of life, a new perspective to said car and said model.
Yeah. No, you're right with that, you can.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of how it is today with like the old Jap cars. I mean, you got to think, not so 90s Jap cars or like early 2000s, or even hell modern. Step shift. But yeah, as I said, like, even modern JDM sporty cars and everything like that, as you see, you've got that aftermarket there. There's companies that will just, even if it's say like something brand new, like say for example the brand new GT86s.
Yeah.
When Tokyo Auto Salon, which was on what, last month? I think it was last month.
I think it was.
There was loads of aftermarket body kits ready for it.
Yeah.
If that made sense. Like, it had only been revealed at it, but there was already like Pandem Rays with new wheels on. Everyone had their own models showing it off. So everything, that car will now have a good following, well not a following as such, but you know what I mean, it'll have that nice aftermarket following to it, because there's companies that are willing to, even if it's old or new, say yeah, we're still going to support this platform.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing about it, isn't it? Just like supporting said platform.
Oh, definitely. They've done it with the new Supra as well, didn't they? Like, not long after that was what came out, there was just people going to make aftermarket parts for it, like straight away, and within 3 months after it was in showrooms, you had like so many options for aftermarket parts, and it just came out.
Yeah, but I think that's what people kind of want now in this kind of climate. It's kind of supply and demand as such.
Yeah.
Because people will think, well, I'm going to wait and see until, say, HKS shows off their one. Yeah. Or like Pandem, or you know, Liberty. Well, people kind of wait. They think, well, I want to see what they're going to do, and then they see the kit and they're like, yeah, I'm going to go buy one now because I want that kit.
Yeah.
But again, it's like supply and demand and everything like that. So.
And going back to when you were saying as well, like what other plans I have for the car.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mentioned suspension components because they're a bit old. They're all original.
Yeah.
So I just want to give the car a bit of new lease of life in that respect.
Yeah.
I'd also like to supercharge it one day.
I was gonna. Yeah.
That's quite expensive.
Yeah.
You're looking around 3 to 4 grand.
Yeah.
And you can get, well, the two best superchargers that people have told me to get is either the Greddy one.
Yeah,
or Lotus.
Yeah, I've heard good things actually about the Greddy one.
Yeah. And they are direct bolt-on kits, so they come with everything you need, and it all just bolts on.
That's handy. It's not like, say you're buying one and then you've got to modify anything to fit. It's just, like you said, bolt straight up.
Yeah.
That's more handy, more beneficial that way as well.
Yeah, but still expensive and a little bit out of reach for me.
Yeah. But I mean, fair play. I mean, if you ever do get to that point, I think with that and this, like how the car is and like with the supercharger, I think it'd be one little, I want to to say sleeper-ish, if that makes sense, because people won't expect it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I've enjoyed, to be honest with you, mate, I've enjoyed actually being in the passenger seat of this. Mind you, I enjoyed being in the passenger seat of everything that I've reviewed last year, but
yeah,
this car just, I think these cars are just wonderful, if that makes sense. They're perfect for what they are.
Yeah.
You can have a bit of fun if you want to, I think it's just the looks as well with these cars. Like what you're saying, that's the selling point of the looks of these cars.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we can both agree that these cars have stood a good test of time, if that makes sense. Like, they still look.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in 2022 and these cars still look wonderful for the age and the style and everything like that.
It doesn't look like it's 20 years old.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, there's another Celica over there. There's police on it.
It says police on it. See, I didn't have this plan, guys, but yeah, it's another Celica. But no, I really have enjoyed it, actually. This is I want to say it's like a nice chilled experience, if that makes sense. So as we are now, but then you have the fun when, like said, VVTi kicks in.
Yeah, so it's VVTi in this one.
Yeah.
But not VVTLi.
What's the, well, like, again, I know you might have explained it, but just in case, what's the L stand for on it? Is it like the lift?
It stands for lift, yeah.
Yeah.
So VVTi stands for variable valve timing intelligence.
Yeah.
VVTLi stands for variable valve timing lift intelligence.
Because again, going off and say the VTEC and the Civics, it's like a lifter, ain't it? You got.
Yeah.
Is it sort of like that? So like when you got two lifters will go up or push down, and then when it goes a certain RPM, all three go down. Am I right?
I'm not entirely sure on the mechanics side of things, but I believe they're similar in the fact that the camshafts are hydraulic and they have two sets of load on them.
Yeah.
So when you hit a certain RPM,
said load will go.
Yeah, it will go onto a higher load, giving you more air and fuel mixture, giving you a bit more power.
So it's not too bad.
I'm still cold.
You're still cold? It is windy. Well, it has been windy, guys, and it is cold. So
yeah.
I think what we'll do now is we'll pull up in a minute and we'll wrap up on the video. But again, cheers for bringing it down, mate.
That's all right.
I appreciate it, and thanks for coming on the channel.
No worries, mate. I've actually quite enjoyed it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. That's what I like to hear, actually, that like, you know, most people, well, I was going to say, I'm going to let the guys know on the camera. The people that I've had on from last year, some of them have been nervous in the beginning, but then by the time we've gone out and everything like that,
yeah,
they've just mellowed out and chilled and they've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But like, I do ask them near the end, like, have you enjoyed it? And they're like, yeah, I've enjoyed it and everything like that. So
yeah, I mean, I can say to some of your viewers as well, I've done a YouTube video back in December, I think.
Yeah.
And I was so damn nervous.
Yeah.
Like, I kept messing up and I was saying the wrong things. But now that I've done it once,
yeah,
I know what to expect and I'm not nervous.
Yeah.
I don't see the point in being nervous. I mean, it's natural to be.
Oh yeah, of course. It's like anything, everything's new and like, you know,
yeah,
different.
But just forget the camera is right there.
Yeah.
And just talk like you're talking to a mate or whatever.
Yeah. And that's what I kind of like to put across in my videos as well. Like, I don't know if you've noticed it, it's like everything just keeping it as it is. The camera's there, but we've been chatting, waffling a little bit, but we've talked about this car obviously and what it can do. Yeah. And before we do end the video, is there any social medias we want to plug or anything like that? Feel free to do that now if you want.
Well, you can plug my social media.
Well, that's all right. I'll put his Instagram down in the description of the video, guys. And I don't know when I'm going to be back. Probably maybe next week, guys. If not, I'll see you in the next one as such. But yeah, again, thank you for coming down. And
right.
yeah.
Can I just plug my photography account? I'm going to put that in the description
I'll put your photography account in there, and I'll put your Instagram, so everyone who watches the videos can go follow this this gentleman on there. And all of the pictures he's done, obviously, of my car will be on his Instagram and everything like that when they're up. But yeah, gotta end it here, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, peace.